Welcome or welcome back to Budgets and Dreams. My name's Jen and I'm on a journey to pay off £27,000 worth of debt with a goal to pay off £10,000 in this year in 2022. I hope you're all having the most amazing week and weekend, and thank you so much for joining me again to those of you who are returning, and hello for the first time to those of you who have just tuned in for the first time. It's so lovely to have you all here with me. I say it every week, but I really am so appreciative of the fact that I'm not speaking into the blankness of the interwebs, and there are people who are interested in hearing my journey and helping to keep me accountable on this journey, which is what this channel is all about. So huge thank you to you, because I really wouldn't be able to do it without you, and I really mean that, so thank you very, very much. We've got a few things to cover this week. I was going to bring out a separate debt update video, but I've not been feeling very well in the brain this week, which is the way I like to put it when my depression rears its head. So I've had a bit of a difficult week this week with my mental health. It's fine. There's nothing to worry about. It comes and goes. It's just nature of the condition that I have. So I just have to ride it out, and there will be sunnier days on the other side. So I'm not worried, but it does mean that I didn't have the energy to film that separate debt update video. So I'm going to pin my debt update onto the end of the cash stuffing video. So if you're interested just here for the cash stuffing, that's fine. Feel free to click off before the debt update. But if you're curious or you're interested in how we're getting on with the journey, stick around. The debt update will be towards the end of the video. So on to the affirmation cards. So last week's affirmation was, I say yes to truth and peace. And as ever, I hope you got a lot out of that. I think it links into the one from the previous weeks, actually, about knowing, being at peace with yourself. I think once you are at peace with yourself, then it's easier to stand up for and speak your truth, which is what I think this is about, really. I was a bit flippant last week and I was like, oh, that's a given. I suppose it is if you've done as much soul searching as I have, but if you haven't, then it probably isn't a given. So I'm sorry if that sounded flippant. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. This week's affirmation is, with each breath, my body becomes healthier and stronger. Oh, I like that. That is so good. That's really good for anyone at any time. Whether you're working on your mental health, or you have long-term health conditions, or you're like working on your body, like you're exercising or you're running. Oh, imagine giving this affirmation to yourself whilst you're running. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Oh, I really like this. I think this is one you can have really good fun with. You can use it for a mindfulness like formal mindfulness practice, meditation, when you're running, everywhere. This is a brilliant one. Cool. Okay. Oh dear. Right. So my brain is what my brain is today. What shall we say the theme of this week's video is? Messy? Let's go with that. Right. Let's pop this down there then, as always. Lovely. So let's just have a very quick look at how we got on this week. I'm going to take the penny savings challenge out for a little bit later. And I do need some no spend stickers. So let's have a quick flick at April, coming to the end of April now. So last week, what did we do? Oh, we went to the cinema. It was really good fun. I gave that little boy his present, and apparently he really loves it, so that's cool. Out of my out and about money, I bought some paper and I bought myself a packet of crisps at the quiz. And that really is, as whistle stop as that is, that really is it for the week. Everything is just groceries and top-up shops. So yes. So we did have a no spend yesterday, which is super good news, and I'm really happy about that. We won't be having any more no spends because we need to go and pick up some chicken for dinner tonight. So we'll be using that out of the top-up shop money, and I'll be ordering the groceries tonight, and the petrol will be bought tomorrow, so there won't be any more no spends this month. So we didn't reach our 5 no spend goal, but that's fine. I mean, I've said before, we never had no spends before I started this budgeting journey, so to have had 3 again is cool. We'll just keep trying. That's all we can do. So how did we get on with the budget last week? We actually came in over budget, as predicted, but we did have a lot of other things going on, which was cool. So we sold our old broken iPad. I don't know if you remember me telling you about the iPad that met its demise onto a hard concrete floor. But we've sold it. Somebody hoping they'll be able to fix it. So we sold it to them for £45. That £45 came in, so we had more income, but it went straight back out as an extra debt payment. So it went straight back out again. That was cool. Bills were a little bit less than we expected, and we did spend a little bit extra on Top Up Shop. We actually ran out of Top Up Shop money last week. That's fine. So we finished. It says we're expecting 1604 to come out of our bank, and 1652 came out, but minus this bonus 45, it's actually only a difference of like £2.85 or something, because that's what we finished over. So we finished the week over by £2.85. That's that. So let's move on and have a look at this week. What's the plan for this week? So we're into May. I put it into May. I've not finished doing my whole setup for May yet, because like I said, I've been a bit low on energy. But this is the plan for this week. So we've got a starting balance of minus 352.85, which is into our overdraft. Our goal for the last 4-week period was to not go over £350 of our overdraft. 285 is no big deal. I'm not too worried about that. The goal for this 4-week period, although it's teeny tiny and you probably can't see it, is that we're planning not to go over £300 of our overdraft. So every month we're just chipping off 50 quid. So that is the plan for the end of the total 4-week period, because we do our budget on a 4-week cycle when my husband gets paid. So today my husband got paid. It was slightly less than we had been expecting, but that's because of the national insurance increase. So that is what it is. Child benefit was a little bit more than we were expecting by like a couple of pounds, I think. Doesn't quite offset the £40 a month that we've lost between the two of us for our national insurance. But, you know, we have to all muck in, don't we, and pay those extra pennies. Just move that because I don't know if you can see it. And then our bank expenses come to a total of £607.40. So that's our bills. Our minimum debt payment for this week, extra debt payment that we're going to make today onto my husband's next card, my husband's spending, and £15 of my spending money, which has gone straight into my bank. The rest of my spending money for this week we are going to stuff. My husband has his in a like once every 4 weeks in a big chunk, and I have my spending money once a week in littler chunks because it's easier for me to manage. Otherwise I would just spend it all on Amazon or Etsy, of course. And then, so what are we stuffing into the jars and into the cash binder? We're stuffing a whopping £291 into Hyperjar in a minute, and I will talk you through that as we go. And we're stuffing £115 in cash, which is this here. This adds up to 115. So our total outgoings for this week, which is these three values here, is just over £1,000. That minus our total outgoings, our incoming minus our outgoing, equals a rollover for next week of £527.98. That is the plan. Fingers crossed we can do it this week. I don't mind going over by a couple of pounds, but it seems to be happening all the time. So I'd like to come in under budget this time. That would be cool. So after all those ramblings, let's move on to a bit of Hyperjar action. And here we are with Hyperjar. That was really fun to say. So as you can see, all of our grey ones, which is our weekly expenses, are all absolute zero. So we don't have anything that we're going to be topping up into anniversary. Normally, for anyone who's new, if I have any pennies left over in my weekly, what is typically your cash envelopes, which is these 3 jars, I'll roll it into anniversary. It's my husband and I's wedding anniversary in August, and we don't have any available money to kind of stuff that specifically, so we're just rolling the little bits as and when we can into this pot for our anniversary. And it's like a graded step towards dinner. So it started off with a coffee, then a coffee and a snack, then lunch, and we're hoping, who knows, it would be really cool if we ended up getting enough money to like maybe even have a night away. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see. So the £291.50, the very specific amount of money in there, This week, we are going to start with groceries. We're just going to add £70 into groceries this week. Again, I've put the stuff in the basket and it looks like I've got everything, although I did say that last week and I hadn't got everything. I actually missed quite a lot. So I'm just going to do a double check of that before I click the button, but £70 should still be plenty. That was what we used to stuff before we started stuffing 80 a few weeks ago. I think we might go back to 70. Because I don't think we need 80, maybe 75. We'll see. Petrol is going to get 30, which works out fine, and hopefully we'll be filling our fuel tank up, and so soon we won't need as much in there every week. And Top Up Shop is getting 25 because we always need extra stuff from the shop, which may or may not be because I'm rubbish at doing the weekly shopping. I'm not rubbish, not give myself a hard time. Right, so next we're going to put £10 into gifts. Just want to keep this one rolling. I think we've got a couple of nieces and nephews this month who need little bits and bobs, so I just want to make sure I've got stuff in there for them. Family Fun is getting its usual £20, although we have chosen this week's activity, and it's free. It's a family VR night. My son has a VR headset, an Oculus Quest 2, so we're just going to play on that this weekend together. We might get some snacks and treats and stuff, but yeah, not a big spendy one, not like last week, the cinema, although we did manage it and we still had £2.97 left, so that was really good. Home is getting £10 because it hasn't had anything in such a long time, and I think we need a plant pot. One of our money trees needs repotting. One of our money trees is doing really well. It's had about 5 babies, so I'm hoping that's a good omen. Medical, so this is the big one. So we're actually putting £91.50 into medical today, which is loads, and that is so medical can sit at its fully funded, makes me feel happy and comfortable £100. So this just means I don't have to worry. If one of us falls over and chips a tooth, or my son breaks his glasses, or anything happens, it just means I know we've got the money and I know we won't have to use the credit card. So this just brings me so much peace of mind. So it does mean that I've had to make some cutbacks in other parts of our budget this month, but for the peace of mind that's going to give me, it's huge. So I'm really, really happy to have that £100 in there. I've not decided yet how I'm going to manage this, whether as we take money out of it, if I'm going to just straight away put the money back, or I'm going to wait until it's like at £50 and then start working on building it up again. I've not decided which way I'm going to go yet. I think it will probably depend on what else we've got going on budget-wise. But yeah, for the moment, there's £100 in there, and I'm hoping it stays that way, really, other than the normal sort of dentist appointments and things. But yeah, £100 in there makes me feel good. Stuff is getting £10. I was worried I was going to have to spend this on a new water bottle, but my husband managed to super glue the lid back on. My son managed to break his water bottle, and he swings it around all the time. But apparently that's not what happened. He just dropped it and it just broke. So that's fine. At least it is there if we do need to replace it, because I think it's £12.99. So that's cool. And then the next thing is pets. Pets is getting 20 because dear little doggy does need a wash. And we can't do it ourselves because he is a nightmare, so we pay someone else to do it who has all the right equipment and knows what they're doing. So that's in there for his groom. And then Bees Protein's getting £5. He hasn't bought any yet. I don't know if he's waiting for this £5, maybe. But there you go, so he's got that. That's quite a big Hyperjar stuffing today. Italy still got nothing. I've had a chat with my sister because I was hoping we could start working on this. But we had a good old proper chat about it, and neither of our budgets are going to allow us to start saving for our trip to Italy just yet, which is really sad. And I don't know whether to delete the pot because it's a reminder that we've not started yet, or leave it there because it's a motivator for when we are going to start it. So I'd love your opinions on that. Do I keep it there or not? And Wants and Needs is not getting anything again. I can't afford to put anything in Wants and Needs again, but that's fine. It's no biggie. It's no problem. So that is all of Hyperjar stuffed. It's looking pretty good now, better than it has in previous weeks. At least they're all over 10 or on 10, which is great. Or we haven't bought any more ice cream. I will let you know when we do. And yeah, the wallet is empty. So that's that for Hyperjar. I will now move on to the penny savings challenge. So here we are again. I'll just bring in lovely Flossie. Hopefully you can see her on camera there. Apologies if it's really dark today. I still haven't been able to afford to get a ring light yet, and it's so cloudy outside. There's just no light. So yeah, sorry about that. I promise I will get a ring light. I just have to wait until I can afford it. There's no other way around it. So Flossie is gonna get fed today. Out of my £10 out and about money, I only had £1.15 left. So that is all that Flossie will be getting. So that is pink and it's there. So that was a very quick penny savings update, which is fine. Progress is progress. That's cool. So now we have got to do some cash stuffing. I'm looking forward to this. We've got £115 to put into here today, and we're going to be focusing on a few that have been neglected. Or maybe just one that's been neglected. Let's have a look. So first things first is birthday. Birthday is getting £10 as usual. Oh, I didn't bring my phone to weigh that down. Affirmation cards will do. So birthday has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 160. That's not right, it should have 110. 20, 40, 60, not 110, 150. It should be this week that we're hitting 150. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I'm just going to leave that £10 to one side because I reckon we're going to find out that one of the other envelopes is missing a tenner because we were definitely meant to be hitting 150 this week. So yeah, I'm going to put that back. There is 150 in there, which is really cool and very exciting because that's our first birthday done. But yeah, that kind of took the buzz off that a bit, didn't it? It is what it is. So that was birthday, kind of. Car is getting some money this week. Yeah, car is getting 30, so 20, and I'll use this 10, 30. So car now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 30. 130 into car. So we really do need to get our service done. That's why I am focusing back on car again. The service light came on. Yeah, we just need to focus on that. I think we've managed to find a service for 160. So that's what we're aiming for. Christmas is not getting stuffed this week. It has 110, I think. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 10. Yeah, 110 in Christmas. And we will start stuffing this again soon. So yeah, there's that. Holiday is getting, how much is Holiday getting? 30 as well. So 20, oops, and 30. I still haven't figured out how to play with this money properly yet. It's so slippy. Right, 20, no, 50, 100, 50, 200, 220, 40, 60, 80, 300, 320, 40, 60, 80, 400, 410, 420. So that's cool. That's right. Yes, £30 away from the 450 target. So that is lovely. I'm still really confused about that £10. I don't know where that's... Okay, we'll have a look. If we're left with it, I'll put it in. Savings, sorry. Savings is not getting anything. No, that's a big lie. Savings, which is actually my son's school trip, is getting a £10. So he has 10, 20, 30, 40 for his residential trip. So that is that. Cool. And tech is definitely not getting anything still, but it will soon. So that's it for all of our family stuff. So now we're going to move on to my personal stuff. So this all comes out of my weekly spending money. Clothes, again, is not getting anything, but maybe that's where the £10 came from, because clothes should have £20 in there. So I'm going to pop that in there. I was playing around with the money in here. I'm not ashamed of it, but it was for a good reason. I was trying to measure some stuff up. So yes, anyway, clothes has £20, as it should do. Hopefully this means we don't run out of money. Going out is getting £5. It has £5 at the moment, so it now has 10. And hair is getting £20. It looks like we're on track with the money. Hair is getting £20, so it now has 20, 40, 60, 75. So we're getting there for the big hair appointment. Only another £105 to go before the beginning of June. Yeah, we'll get there, and it'll be worth it. The next big thing isn't getting anything again this week. Unfortunately, it just has £5 in there, but I'm not worried about that. And savings still has its £20. Any pennies that we save up in Dear Little Flossie will get converted into notes and put into savings, which will eventually make their way to become premium bonds one day. But at the moment, we've still just got the £20 note in there. So that leaves us with the £10 note, which is my usual out and about money. So this is where I would normally leave the video. So thank you very much if you managed to get this far with me today. I am going to move on to the debt update now, just because I really do just need to get it all done in one video today. So I'm going to move on to that, but feel free if you're not interested in the debt update. It's been wonderful having you with me again this week, or for the first time, so thank you so much. And do like, subscribe and comment and all those wonderful things. I would love to get to know you, and I definitely do enjoy having you here with me week on week, so that would be fab. So let's grab the iPad again and we'll do a very quick debt update. Yeah, otherwise this is going to be about an hour long. We are then with the debt update. So these are all the things that we owe down here. So it was an overdraft, which we've paid off, which was the first one to get paid off, which is super exciting. My husband's next, my next, big loan, my credit card, my husband's credit card. And these aren't all of our debts. There are 2 personal debts that we have, one each, myself and my husband, that we pay off using our spending money. Because those are choices and decisions that we made as individuals to buy, as opposed to things that we decisions we made together, or we made on behalf of the family or for each other as a couple. I think quite a lot of this was on dinners. Sorry if you can hear my dog moaning. This was spent on like meals out and hotels. Not loads, we didn't go crazy, just the odd, anniversary, that sort of thing. So anyway, debt that we accumulated together is what is part of this journey. If you've not seen this before, the only thing to be aware is that starting balance is bigger than the 27,000. That's because in February we added in a couple more debts and I just added them onto the starting balance. But I just say 27 because I'm used to saying 27 and it works for me. So our balances in April then, so these are our starting balances down here, and our April ending balances was 0 for the overdraft, 248 for my husband's next, from 523. My next is 492 from 567. The big loan is 12,771 from 14.5. My credit card is just under 7.5 from just over 8. And my husband's credit card is, again, just over 4.5, not just the minimum payments off of that one. So the amount that we paid this month, in total, we paid £237 to my husband's next. If I click on here, I got my little numbers. So that was £32, which was the minimum payment, a £100 extra minimum debt payment that we try to do every 4 weeks, at least £100 extra on debt. £60 came in from a tax rebate of mine, so we popped that straight into that account, and £45 from the iPad. So that all added up to 237 onto the next account, which is the one that we're focusing on at the moment. So for 1 month, that's amazing. The rest all had their minimum repayment, so 28 on my next, 440 on the big loan, and 100 each on each of the credit cards. So once any interest is taken off, that means that we've repaid a total this month of $227 on my husband's next, $1862 on my next, $438, which is the minimum payment on the big loan because that has all the interest included in it already. £100 off of both the credit cards because they are 0% interest and we don't use them. So they're just £100 each. So the amount that we paid this month was a total of £905. The amount that we repaid this month was £886. And that takes our total repaid now to £2,901.15, which is really cool. I'm really, really pleased with this, but I think we are a little bit behind where we need to be to hit that £10,000 by the end of the year. So we're going to have to step things up. I'm going to have another look at the budget and see what we can do. I really want to hit that £10,000 this year. So yeah, so the total repaid is 2,900, which is great. So we've now paid 10% off of our total debt, which is a really lovely number to get to. I think it was Rainbow Budgets was saying the other day that getting to the 10% kind of feels like you're really making progress. So yeah, it does. So 10% paid off, 90% overall. And we are getting there and we are making progress. Before I colour in my tracker, I will show you my tracker though. It's here. Swap this out for that. Before I colour this in, I just want to give my usual kind of debt commentary, which is if you can't afford to pay your debt off in a hurry, don't worry about it. There's no pressure for you to pay your debt off in a hurry. So long as you are making your minimum payments every month, that's all fine. If you're struggling to make your minimum payments each month, do reach out to people for support. There is no shame in talking about money, like absolutely none whatsoever. It's a weird myth from the days when the world was run by men and nobody wanted to talk about how little or how much money they had, and they said that it was a taboo thing. It really isn't. Talk about money, share your money troubles, your money worries with friends, family, third parties. I've always got a few money advice links linked in my description, so go and check those out, see if any of those are used to you if you need them. And we are in a really fortunate position to be able to pay off this debt. We haven't always been in this situation. We have had very, very difficult financial times. So if you are struggling, my heart is with you because it is awful and I know the pain. But please speak to people if you need help with your debt. Cool. So with that being said, I'm now going to colour in my tracker. So we have got, so this is 1,000, 2,000. So we're just shy of the 3,000. So I'm just going to colour in 4.5 of these. Lovely, that's that done. Not the best colouring job in the world. I might go back over it, I might not. So that's it. So we've done all our cash stuffing and I have given you the debt update. So I hope that you are having a wonderful week. I hope that you go in to have a wonderful week. And to be honest with you, I hope I go in to have a wonderful week because I'm just feeling really flat. But next week is a new week. The past is behind us. I learnt a phrase once, which is the past is a memory. The future is your imagination. The only moment that exists is the one you're living right now. So I'm going to go and look at something pretty and smile at it. I hope you have a wonderful week. And as a reminder of the affirmation, with each breath, my body becomes healthier and stronger. I'll see you next week, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.